Broadcasting sports. It's time for Pierre Governor Sports on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. The Pierre Governors are brought to you by Bank West, Allied Plumbing, Beck Motors, Home Care Services, Venture Communications, Velos Pharmacy, Todd's Electric, State Farm Insurance, CHS River Plains, and Xander Auto Parts.
Coming out the timeout, Elijah Bucci with the snap. He goes left side. Down to the end zone. He's in! Touchdown, Governors! They've got the lead with 8 seconds to go.
And by Wheelhouse Auto Body, Slumberland, SD Savin, James Pharmacy, Kathy Sunshine Properties, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, First Fidelity Bank, Country Carpet and Flooring, and Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping.
This will be tapped over. If the Governors again can take advantage of it. Waldron set for Cronin. There's your win. In set one, 32-30. Campbell Cronin with 8 kills in the first set.
And by Wagner Auto, Sanford Clinic, the South Dakota Office of Attorney General, Division of Consumer Protection, American Family Insurance, Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Envirotech, First National Bank, and Faith Lutheran Church.
As the Governors get across midfield, LaRoche now with some open space, looking to send one through forward for Aharts. It comes in. Aharts, he scores! Keith Aharts from LaRoche, and it's a 1-0 lead.
And by Cougar Climate Systems, River Bottom Sanitation, Rising Hope Counseling, Pizza Ranch, Olson Plumbing, Dakota Storm Roofing, Ferding Electric, James Valley Landscaping, Lamb Motors, May Adam, and First Dakota National Bank.
Sheldon will lose the ball. The Pierre Governors, they fall on it. They're going to the Dome. The Governors score with 8 seconds remaining, and they win it 14-9.
And by Oahe Federal Credit Union, Missouri River Dentistry, Cougar Contracting, Karsten Erickson Roofing, Gales Gas, Edward Jones Financial, and First United Methodist Church. And now to the booth with the call of the game and the voice of the Pierre Governors, John Winkler.
And a good afternoon as we welcome you here to the Pilk Fields as the Pierre Governors open up their state tournament against the Mitchell Kernels, the number 3 seed. Pierre Governors against the 14 seed Mitchell Kernels. John Winkler alongside Mendel Miller. And Mendel, this is the time of the year you put your 4 best soccer games together. And if you do that, good things will happen. You'll find yourself playing on a Saturday night in Rapid City. But as we know, and probably more so in soccer than any other sport, the state tournament, especially that first round, there can be a lot of upsets. You kind of feel like the top 8 teams in football, top 4 teams in football usually make it. Same with basketball. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of overall upsets. But when it comes to soccer, it feels like all bets are off and anything can happen when you come playoff time between boys and girls soccer.
Yeah, absolutely. I think especially this year, I think there's a lot of parity. I think there's a lot of teams that are similar. But Pierre's put themselves in a really good position. I mean, that's why you play all year and you try to stay consistent and give yourself a chance. And they've given themselves a chance to host at least 2 games. And, if you get an upset, then you get another one. So hopefully, all that hard work during the season pays off and you can use the home field to your advantage.
This Pierre Governor team 11-2-1 at Mitchell at 5-9. These 2 teams are pretty familiar with each other just a couple weeks ago. The Pierre Governors won 2-0, so they've got the upper hand, but it is hard to beat a good team twice. And while Mitchell is sitting at the 14th seed, they do have 5 wins. They had a 5-game losing streak right before the end of the season, so they're looking to try and turn the page and play their best soccer now after probably, they would say, probably was their worst soccer of the season was that last 6-game stretch. So now here, this opportunity for Mitchell to try and get a revenge win against the Pierre Governors just a couple weeks later.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of, so much is your schedule can be front loaded, your schedule can be back loaded. It depends on who you play and when. You play one team on the third game of the year, it might be a completely different team if you play them the 10th game of the year. So it is nice that it's for these two teams that they've played recently. It's probably, kind of the same team. And I would say, I looked at the results. Mitchell, they didn't play terrible, I wouldn't say, but they probably would have liked to have more wins, obviously, so that they weren't a 14 seed and having to come to Pierre.
This Pierre Governor team, they're led in goals scored by Lexi Hilmer with 12. Natalie Flotmeyer has 10. But then you have Jasmine Yosa scored 6, and then a multiple goal scorer in Kinsley Pfeffer, Devin Van Rokel, and then you splash in a few more other girls that have scored. This Governor team can score from different ways. Obviously, Hilmer and Flotmeyer are your two big goal scorers, but this Governor team can beat you in a lot of different ways. Emmeline Swanson, the last line defense, she's 3 saves away from 100 on the season. As you mentioned too, they're as complete of a team in the state right now going into the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely, and yeah. There's multiple players that can put the ball in the net, but it starts with Hilmer and Flotmeyer up front. And, I think those two have to have good game, and they have to play off each other and create space for each other. And then once they start doing that, then the other players can get involved and find that space to get good looks.
As Pierre Governors and Mitchell Kernels, this is our first of our doubleheader coming up today. Wyatt Barichka will have the call of the volleyball game. I'll try and get over there and join him for the color commentary of it for volleyball between Pierre and Huron. That'll be coming up. They're scheduled to start at 6:30, usually a little bit pushed back, so he will get started. Should get started well before I can get over there, but we will go from here on KCCR. If you're listening on the radio right now, we'll go from a KCCR of the Pierre's Mitchell soccer game to, once that's over, right to the Pierre Huron volleyball game. But both will have their own separate YouTube videos here on KCCR Sports as well. So the Pierre Governors and Mitchell Kernels coming up here for the Pilk Fields. Game 1, the first round of the state tournament. The number 3 seed Pierre Governors against the 14 seed Kernels. Back in 3 minutes with more of the pregame show. You're listening to Pierre Governor Soccer on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to sponsor today's game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Ford, Lincoln, or Toyota, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team is here to get you back on the road in style. From tough trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Browse online anytime at CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, where community drives us forward.
Planting for next year is right around the corner, but do you know how much nutrients your crops will need? Fall soil sampling with CHS River Plains can help you look at each field's nutrient carryover, provide you with a more accurate farm plan, and allow you to take a position on those nutrients needed when you see fit. Plus, it'll make your life easier next spring when the planters are ready to roll and you don't have to wait. Contact your local CHS River Plains agronomist today, and we'll get the pickup headed your way.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, shop for it all online anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
As we welcome you back, we continue the pregame show between the Pierre Governors and the Mitchell Kernels. Sean Winkler alongside Mendel Miller, as this is the first round of the girls' state tournament. The boys are playing later on tonight. It'll be a 6:30 start time out in Sioux Falls against Sioux Falls Christian. And Mendel, I know we're here for the girls' game, but really when you look at the boys, I like the boys' chances of getting an upset win over Sioux Falls Christian. You know, they're 7-4-1. The boys are 6-4-4. And when you really look at it, it is a Sioux Falls Christian hasn't played a whole lot of Class AA teams, and when they have, they're under 500. So this, I like the Pierre Governor chance to make a quarterfinal again, like they did last year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lot worse draws for sure. I think that's pretty good. Sets up well for them. You still got to play the game, obviously, but and Sioux Falls Christian, you know how they are. They're always pretty talented and can play a game. They kind of, like the other Sioux Falls schools, they kind of raise their level at state tournament time and things like that. But there was a lot worse teams to draw if you're a lower seed.
Well, this Pierre Governor team, the number 3 seed, and we talked about it a little bit before we had our first commercial break, is that this Governor team has earned their way to be the number 3 seed and have an opportunity to host the first 2 games without no matter what. If they win today, they will host on Saturday. Then, if they can get a little bit of a break, a little bit of luck to go their way, they can host again on Tuesday of next week in the semifinals. But they've done their job to this point to be one of those top 3 teams, because there is parity, but you can see those top couple teams to be in that group. It means a lot for this Pierre Governor squad.
Yeah, I think there was kind of a differentiation after about 5, so you definitely wanted to be in the top 5, and being the 3 seed gives you the opportunity to miss that 5 in that 4-5 game. So definitely did their work during the season to put themselves in a really good position.
We look through the starting lineup here for both the Mitchell Kernels and the Pierre Governors as they're introducing the reserves right now. Be number 2, Taryn Thomas for the Mitchell Kernels squad. We'll give you the full lineup for Mitchell, then we'll go to the Pierre Governors side. Taryn Thomas, a forward junior, to be one of the first starter on the team. We'll go in order. Number 3, Addie Hubbard, a midfield freshman. Number 6, Emma Fisher, a defensive freshman. Jess Gerlach, number 7, a defensive senior. Adia Heckner, number 10, another freshman in the starting lineup. Number 11, Emily Ellis, the junior forward. Number 14, Bella Husband, the junior, right there, the sophomore midfielder. Number 18, Cassidy Knipling, the defensive senior. Katie Stahl, number 20, the defensive junior. And Riley Jennings, the midfielder junior. And then the goalkeeper is Kenzie Kale, a senior for Mitchell Kernels. So a couple of freshmen in the starting lineup for the Mitchell Kernels here for their playoff game. For the Pierre Governors, obviously Emily Swanson, the goalkeeper, has played every minute for the Governors, as she's just a sophomore making the start. Zoe Bauer, a freshman midfielder. Jasmine Yost, a senior midfielder. And number 7, Josephine Wirtz, a sophomore midfielder. Number 9, Natalie Flotmeyer, one of the 2 top leading goal scorers for this Governor team, a midfielder senior. Kaylin Taylor, a midfielder sophomore. Maya Fravel, an 8th grader, a forward for this Governor team. Lexi Hilmer, number 13, a sophomore for the Govs. Number 15, Devin Van Rokel, another sophomore. Allison Demers, a freshman defenseman. And then number 19 is Sophia Bergaman, a 8th grader. So a couple of 8th graders get the starts. And, Mendel, we see this every single year when it comes to these soccer teams that, having a starting 11, you tend to see a few more young faces that will be involved with the Pierre Governors, but also the Mitchell Kernels for several more years.
Yeah, exactly. And it does, these girls play soccer at an early age, and so it allows them to contribute at the varsity level at a younger age. I think that's a big part of it. I think the fact that they play soccer almost year-round definitely contributes to them maybe raising their game at a younger age and things like that. So yeah, every year you see some younger players that are able to step on the field. Then it becomes a matter of managing the expectations and managing the fact that, hey, I'm on varsity and things like that. But in Pierre's case, the 2 8th graders have started all year, so it should be easy. It should be just normal.
Pierre Governors Mitchell Kernels coming up here from the Pilk Fields back in 3 minutes here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Is it time for a fresh look underfoot? Tired of worn out carpets or outdated flooring? Then you need to visit Country Carpet and Flooring in Pierre. We're your local experts for every style, from plush carpets and durable laminates to elegant hardwoods and luxury vinyl. Discover hundreds of options from top name brands, all with our friendly expert service. Visit Country Carpet and Flooring at 414 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, or call us at 605-224-9297. Country Carpet and Flooring. Your floor, your style, our expertise.
Have you assessed your roof at your home or business? Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters can help. Since 2010, Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters has been helping their customers in Pierre, Fort Pierre, and all surrounding areas. With over 20 years experience, the professionals at Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters know how to get the job done. Specializing in all types of roofing, they'll make sure to find the right fit for you and your home. Give them a call at 605-280-9794 or get a free quote on their website at dakotastormroofing.com. Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters. Reliable roofing for your peace of mind.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfm.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
At Wheelhouse Auto Body, we believe in treating our customers and their cars like family. Our service-focused team has over 50 years combined experience in the automotive repair industry. If you have a vehicle, big or small, that needs some TLC, Wheelhouse Auto Body team is ready to take care of you. Visit Wheelhouse Auto Body at 720 North Garfield or contact us at 605-494-0436. Wheelhouse Auto Body of Pierre. For over 60 years, Birding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Birding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Birding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684.
And we welcome you back as we are set for kickoff between the Pierre Governors and the Mitchell Kernels. 40 minutes are on the clock as we are ready for the state tournament. A couple of years ago, the Pierre Governors won an overtime game in rain here in the playoffs. I believe it was against the Mitchell Kernels in the first round and end up making the quarterfinals after that. No rain in sight. I don't want to jinx anything saying that we are or aren't going to those two letters that a lot of people don't like to hear, but we're ready to go for some soccer. Governors and Mitchell Kernels, you're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Govs will get the ball to have that first possession, and we are ready to roll as the referees are making sure they're all ready. And we will get underway as the playoffs here in 2025 are underway, and the Pierre Governors will control it first. The pass will come here for Van Rokel on the near side. As a look back to the middle of the field for Lexi Hilmer, and Hilmer will turn things around. The Governors will get things moving here offensively. They're a team that, well, we've seen throughout the years have been able to control the ball, throughout this season been able to control the ball, and one, as a 3 seed, want to be able to strike first, as Mitchell will put this one out of play and be a quick throw in for the Governors. And that's the thing, is what probably we see when we see these upsets, Mendel, is that the lower seed gets on the board first, as here's a pass that comes in. Hilmer's shot is going to be blocked. Still at the top of the box, Jasmine Yost comes in, and the pass and the ball will still be available here for the Governors. Cross goes from Van Rokel, and the ball trying to be settled back down. It is another time for Fravel. Here is Fravel to back to Van Rokel. We'll get it for Fravel another time, and they'll set things back up for Allison Demers, and they'll play it all the way back for Caitlin Taylor. But to finish that thought, Mendel, that the lower seed, they get on the board first, they can play a lot defensive, more of a defensive game the rest of the way.
Yeah, exactly. Usually that's the recipe for an upset in soccer, especially high school soccer, is you keep it a low-scoring game, stay in contact with the favored team, make them feel some pressure and things like that, and then hope to get a goal one way or another at the end.
This will be a corner upcoming here for the Governors as they get their first opportunity. And we'll see who will take it. Looks like Hilmer will be the one to take the corner, and the Govs here in the first minute and a half have an opportunity to get on the board first. First set piece of the contest.
And the Govs have been really dangerous on set pieces all year, so this is a really good opportunity early.
Left foot from Hilmer comes in. This will be caught by the goalkeeper and Kenzie Kale. So Mitchell will survive that early corner. No real wind of any kind. Maybe a little bit will blow from if you're watching on YouTube, from the near side to the far side of the field, as it blows from west to east. As this will be the Kernels moving up into the offensive attack, but it will go back to the middle third of the field. And the Pierre Governors will go the other way. Here is Jasmine Yost at a hat trick against the Huron Tigers. Govs still move in. Now here's a pass, trying to move in for Flatmeyer. That shot and a save made by Kale. And 2 early shots here for the Governors, and the first save coming here from the Mitchell Kernels.
Yeah, really good opportunity there. Just hit the keeper with a pretty good shot, but a really good build-up for Pierre.
This pass will come forward. That's blocked by Taylor, but the Kernels will still have it, looking to get it to Emily Ellis. But the Governors are there to control. On their defensive third, will move it up on the near sideline. That pass will go out off of Mitchell. It'll be a throw in here for the Governors. And they can move their offense back up forward. Here early on in the first half, 36:50 remaining, so 3 minutes gone by. And no score on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. This ball will make its way down the sideline and then kicked out of play by Josephine Wirtz, and it'll be a Mitchell throw-in as they're in their attacking third.
Yeah, Wirtz done a really good job all year playing in the middle there and taking their alleys away before they really can start.
Kernels are looking for something offensively, but it'll be taken back over here by the Governors. Slipping and falling was Flatmeyer, but still controls the ball as she'll move it right into the middle of the field. And the pass will go up near midfield, and there will be a foul committed against the Kernels, so a free kick. First one of the day against the Kernels. And the Govs will have an opportunity to really set things up as the pass will come here to the near side. It was initially missed, and then it goes out of bounds as Demers couldn't keep it in. And it will be a throw in here for Mitchell. And early on of first round of girls soccer, this pass almost intercepted by Yost. She was able to get a piece of it, and then out by Josephine Wirtz to that far side. No one there for the Govs, so it'll be settled down after it goes out of bounds, and Mitchell will get a throw.
You can see the Kernels kind of playing one high, and that matches up really well with Wirtz. So they're probably going to struggle to get too much going if they keep just one high against that back line of the Governors.
And you don't want to reinvent the wheel when you get in the playoffs, Mendel, but when you're a 14 seed against a 3 seed, how much do you try and play a little bit defensively? But Mitchell right now, that shot will go on the outside of the goalpost, and their first shot misses, and Emlyn Swanson will get a goal kick.
Yeah, I think that's definitely part of it. I think that, again, going back to what we said earlier about keep it close for a long time. The longer you stay in it, the better for them. So they're definitely going to come out and be as defensive as they possibly can.
Here is for the Governors as Lexi Hilmer will try and settle it. Pass will go back for Demers as she nearly lost it, but Hilmer will get the pass, touch pass from Van Rokel. And it's Jasmine Yost that will play it across the field. Nice job by the Govs to go across the field, maybe get some open space. And as Joey Bauer will start to move forward, she's going to force Mitchell to play the ball out of bounds and give the Govs a throw-in.
And that goes back to the defensive philosophy that they're trying to do. Any sign of Pierre getting aggressive and getting numbers forward, they're content to kick it out and get set again.
Here back in the middle of the field, trying to find the handle of it was Hilmer, and it goes back down the field to the defensive third of the Governors, but Demers can let this one slow up, pass it up for Van Rokel, and Devin Van Rokel. Nice pass for Flotmeyer, trying to touch it back to Hilmer. Looking to try and send it through for Flotmeyer. Never got that opportunity, but now it's Van Rokel, and it'll be offside against the Governors. That was why Hilmer first initially didn't make that pass to Flotmeyer, because they were offside, and then ended up being offside anyway against the Govs.
Yeah, you're hoping that by delaying, as much as you can, that she comes back on side or Mitchell puts her back on side, but eventually you got to get rid of the ball.
33-20 to go here in the first half. This will be headed back by Hilmer right to Flotmeyer. Trying to send one through for Van Rokel. Goes back to a header by Flotmeyer and then moved up by the Kernels. And as Mitchell, Ellis will move up into the offensive attack. And that attacking third for the Kernels. Pass was fanned on, and it's going to be Caitlin Taylor that will pass it up for Van Rokel. Just a bit too much speed on it, and it rolls out of play almost right to Mendel. Instead, it'll be a throw in here for Mitchell, and Gerlach will throw it in.
Funny, I didn't have any inclination to play that ball.
A couple years ago, you would have, right?
Yeah, probably.
This from Van Rokel will go off of Mitchell, and it'll go out of play. Almost a handball, but it'll be a throw anyway from the Governors. Flotmeyer will control between two different Kernel defenders as she'll create some space and then send one across, and Zoe Bauer will chase it down on the far end. They're moving to the attacking third. Bauer into the offensive attack. She'll send it through, looking for an opportunity, and it bounces right to Kale. It looked like it went off of Van Rokel, but Kale was right there in the right place for the save.
Yeah, she did get her foot on it, lower leg. She just didn't get a lot of strength to that attempt, and it went right to the keeper.
So 3 shots and 2 saves right now. 3 shots for the Governors, 2 saves for Mitchell. Here's the first shot on target coming from Ellis, and Swanson will make her 98th save of the season. Through 2 away from 100 on the year for the Governor goalkeeper, who's just a sophomore. As Pierre will move it up that far side of the field. Bauer, Mitchell will try and send it out of play, but it was bounced off of Bauer. Now Flotmeyer will take over with some speed. She moves into the box, looking for an opportunity to cross, and it'll roll its way over to the goalkeeper. And so no real opportunity there for the Governors, although it nearly turned into a golden opportunity.
Yeah, good run there by Bauer, created that, and Flotmeyer picked it up really well, but just kind of lost her angle before she got that cross. Van Rokel coming down the opposite side was there, but had lost her angle to get it back to her.
Aubrey Fisher will check in for Natalie Flotmeyer. Then it's also going to be Capri Herges that will check in. She will give a break to Emma Fisher. So 2 Fishers go in, and a Flotmeyer and Fisher will come out with a Fisher going in as the throw in here coming for the Governors. With 30-35 to go, almost 10 minutes into this first half. No score yet here between Pierre and Mitchell on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. That'll be the second foul committed by the Kernels, and a free kick just past midfield here for the Governors.
Yeah, good opportunity here. Yost will take the kick, and she's done a good job of making dangerous plays from distance. So we'll see if Pierre can find the end of this pass.
Yost on the free kick. Try to get it to the top of the box. It was deflected away by Mitchell, but Yost will take the ball, try and get the ball back. It'll come out towards midfield, and it's kept alive by Caitlin Taylor. Move back into the attacking third for the Governors. That pass will be over for Fisher. She moves in, looking maybe for a cross. It comes out to the corner of the box. Pass to the top of the box was intercepted by the Kernels and then sent away out towards midfield. But the Governors have it again. Zoe Bauer on that far side. Moves back into the attacking third. Side of the box, looking for a cross. Instead, it will roll its way right next to the goalkeeper and out of play for a goal kick as Kale will take it for the Kernels. So we're now officially 10 minutes gone by in the first half. The first 10 minutes, nothing really, I wouldn't say nothing has happened, but both teams still trying to feel each other out in this playoff game. Nobody wants to make that first real mistake when you get in the playoffs. Yost will fight through some contact. Devin Van Rokel lost the ball, and now Mitchell will take it back over, and the Kernels will start to move it up. Ellis looking to go for a little bit give and go, trying for a Heckner, and the ball will roll just out of play, so it'll be a throw in here for the Governors. A throw here for Pierre with 28:40 remaining here in the first half. Fisher got a piece of it, then it was kicked back out of play by the Kernels. And that pass will go Van Rokel, but that one was redirected off of her left leg and out of play, so it will be a throw in, and Heckner will take it. Heckner's throw in for Ellis. So far, most of this Kernel offense, if they've gotten anything going, has gone through Ellis. Now they're trying to get a through ball over, and a good job there to knock it away by Demers and enforce a throw in for Mitchell instead of giving them an open look in the box.
Yeah, again, Pierre kind of settling to clear the ball and get reset.
Here's a crossover. There's a long shot. That one will bounce wide. It was maybe redirected by Mitchell in front, and it goes out of play for a goal kick. That one kind of took Swanson up by surprise.
Yeah, a lot of spin on that ball, and she was a little bit unsure whether to come and get it because there was a Mitchell player near where the ball was landing, and if she comes out and that girl touches it, it's a goal for sure. So she waited back, and then it bounced, and the spin took it to her right and wide of the goal, but a very tricky shot.
Throw in here for the Mitchell Kernels on their half of the field with 27:20 to go in the first half. Pierre Governor boys will play at 6:30, so by the time that we're done here, maybe we can get you a score update if there is a score at that point, but there won't be, we won't get you a final score by the time that we're done this evening. We hope that maybe we can see, and maybe there's an upset brewing, a 3-14 matchup on the boys' side that we can see both the Pierre Governor girls and boys play here on Saturday in the quarterfinals. Mitchell, but both teams have to make sure they get wins here today before that can happen. Here's a foul committed by Mitchell just past midfield, and the third foul for the Kernels, and it will be a free kick here for the Governors with 26:40 remaining in the first half. Here will be the free kick upcoming, as this will come from Fravel. Hilmer, excuse me. Number 13, Hilmer. This will get to the top of the box, and trying to get a header was Yost, but maybe need a couple more inches for Yost. She's got a better motor than anybody else in probably all of South Dakota, but didn't have the right height to make that happen.
And she's remarkably good on those headers, actually. She has a way. She finds the space and creates her own space for it.
Here's Mitchell now. Ellis with the attack on the attacking third. That crossing pass will be cleared away by the Governors and Wirtz. And so Mitchell again will have to reset as they get to the attacking third. This might be the first foul committed by the Governors, and it is. And it'll be a free kick for Mitchell right on the edge of the attacking third for the Kernels.
Yeah, Bauer just clipped her trying to get the delay on her, and she kind of got around her, tried to reach when she was behind her and just clipped her heel and put her down.
Still no score. The American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. 25:30 to go in the first half. Kernels were trying to maybe move up a little bit farther and closer on the free kick, but instead They'll be inside that P that is on the field, as this will be a long shot that bounced on Swanson. The rebound is off the goalpost. Second chance, and Mitchell scores. The Kernels will take a 1-0 lead after the first shot will end up kind of handcuffing a little bit of Swanson. And then two other shots, one off the goalpost, and the second one was turned back through, and a 1-0 lead for the Kernels. I believe it was it number 14? Was it number 10? And Heckner that got the goal.
I think it was 14. I'm not sure. I didn't
14,
catch the number.
Bella Hussman would be the goal scorer, but it's a 1-0 lead here for Mitchell, though, with 25:07 to go.
Yeah, they only had 4 down there in the box. Pierre did have the numbers. We're just unable to clear. Unlucky on the first shot going off the post. It could have just as well been wide.
So here is now the Kernels with the lead, and the Governors will have to play from behind. There was a 2-0 win for the Pierre Governors, so first time that the Kernels have scored against the Govs. But here is Pierre with an opportunity to try and tie. They got the attacking third. Now Mendel, there's 24 minutes to go in the first half, but we've mentioned this before in other years in the playoffs or just in general in soccer, that sometimes you can get really, really defensive. Other sports, that's not a great key to success. In soccer, that can lead you to a win if you find yourself be very defensive the rest of this ball game.
Yeah, it's a fine line, right? I think it depends a lot on your team. Some teams can play defensive and be successful, and other teams just never thrive that way. So it'll depend on kind of what Mitchell wants to do. I think Mitchell wanted to be defensive to begin with, so I don't think it'll change him a lot. But Pierre has to remember there's a lot of game left.
There was a shot that comes through here for the Kernels, and a save made by Swanson, her third, which is her 100th save of the season. But already for the Kernels, that was shot number 7 of the day. Governors with just 4 shots. They've had a few more on target. Obviously, the biggest one is the one that gets the Kernels on the board first. Jasmine Yost will move it up. This will be taken away, though, and the other way for Katie Stahl. Here's a quick pass for Ellis, trying to move it forward to Mitchell, and the same can maybe be said that Mitchell scores that first goal. They feel pretty confident, and then they start to maybe get the Governors with their heads down or playing back on their heels to try and get a quick one and go up by 2 scores in this game.
Yeah, and they may, that confidence or ability to score may take them out of their game, actually. They may have come in thinking defense, and that might open things up a little bit, and that'll help here for sure.
Devin Van Rokel here for the Governors, right at midfield. That one is taken away by Hussman. And then her pass, that was off of a Mitchell player, as it ended up hitting Riley Jennings. And now a pass here in the near side. This will roll down and out, and it'll be off of the Governors, so it'll be a throw here for the Kernels. That pass, a couple players run into each other, so now the ball is played free here for Mitchell and Emily Ellis. That pass will be out towards midfield. Yost will take it, and now a chance maybe for the Governors to start going the other way. Fisher will try and move it up ahead for Van Rokel. It's missed by the Kernels, and it will go out of bounds, but it was not touched by the Kernels. So we get a throw in for Mitchell, and now we get some subs checking in. As for the Governors, we'll get Maya Fravel and Zoe Bauer and Allie Flottmeyer back in the game for Pierre.
Yeah, a really good chance there, kind of a 2-on-2. Unfortunately, the pass was a little bit heavy for her, and Fisher had just gone into the game. She really hadn't settled in enough, had some touches to where she had a lot of confidence. It got by her.
This will go all the way down. Caitlin Taylor will race to it. She'll play it off of the Kernel and Ellis, and that will allow a throw in here for the Pierre Governors. It was initially first set for Mitchell, but then referee realized that the Governors are going to his left. So a throw in here for Pierre.
Yeah, that wasn't a 50-50 ball.
there was no question about that one. This one, a little bit more question, but still, it's still easily going to be the Pierre Governor throw with now 21:17 to go in this first half. This will be Flottmeyer that will pass it back. Yost, nice pass over for Flottmeyer. They can possess, and Flottmeyer will move into the offensive zone here for the Governors, trying to get in the attacking end. Long through ball, Bauer trying to race after it, as it will be kicked away by Mitchell. I don't believe it was touched by Pierre, and it will be a corner for the Governors. Their second one. Let's see if they can cash in and tie it up here with 20:45 to go here in the first half. And we got Fisher that will check right back in. Van Rocco will take a seat.
Yeah, another set piece that Pierre needs to take advantage of. Really kind of a poor clear by the Kernels there. They didn't have that much pressure, and giving up the corner is a win for Pierre.
Hilmer again, the second corner. That one almost got to Bauer, but instead it will be cleared out by Mitchell and then cleared all the way down. So now it comes one-on-one. Caitlin Taylor knocks it down, but lost the ball to Ellis, and now Ellis will move in towards the box. One-on-one with Taylor with some help for the Governors. Good job by Taylor and the Governor defense to get back to force Mitchell to actually have to try and set up some offense here in the attacking third. And the ball will make its way free and out of play. And Ellis had beaten Taylor, but Taylor did not give up on that play. That's a huge defensive play that we could circle back to.
Yeah, that was a really good play by Caitlin there, getting in front of her and making her feel like she had to cut back. And then once she did that, she lost her advantage. So definitely a huge defensive play.
This will be all the way across the field. Now here to the near side, where the Governors will move it up the sideline, and it will roll its way out of bounds right at midfield. So it'll be a throw here for the Kernels, as Jess Gerlach will throw it here for Mitchell. And there's 19:20 left to go here in the first half. There is still really no time for the Kernels to start stalling quite yet, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but they can take their time, but still a long way to go in this soccer game. This will go down the near side for Fisher, as Fisher moves across, looking for a crossing pass. That one will be cleared away by the Kernels, back out of the box, and remains in the attacking third as it was settled down by Demers. And it will go off of Mitchell to be a throw in here for the Governors. Demers will throw it in, looking to get to Fisher.
They called it that way.
Oh, excuse me, it's going to be for the Mitchell Kernels that will throw it in. So now it should be some subs checking in for Mitchell, or at least one sub checking in, as it will be Kira DeYoung that will check in for Gerlach. Mitchell leads 1-0 in the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard, as we have 18:25 to go in the first half. Jasmine Yost over on the far side lost the ball, and as she tried to move it down the sideline, one too far of a kick and ends up going out of play. So another throw here for the Kernels. This will be back here on the near side. Good play by Flottmeyer to take the ball away. And now Flottmeyer will move up on the left side. Her cross pass for Yost. That shot will go just wide of the goalpost. It was a good look there from Yost, trying to go that short corner and just missed.
Yeah, good short side look there. She had the keeper beat. Keeper was slow to react there. Unfortunately, it was just wide of the post.
Heckner will check out as Bella Hussman will check back in. As Hussman will send it up the far side. Zoe Bauer looking to take the ball away. A little bit of help from Sophia Brueggemann, and it will go out of bounds off of the Kernels, or excuse me, off of the Governors for Kernel throw-in. 17:20 to go here in the first half. 1-0 lead. Hussman will have the goal for the Mitchell Kernels. Flottmeyer will start to move back in. She makes one move around. Flottmeyer's shot and a save made by Kale. The ball is still loose. Flottmeyer trying to send it back, and then Mitchell will send it back out of danger for now. And then as another shot was starting to come in, here's another chance, and Flottmeyer will send that one over. And it'll be a goal kick here for Kale, who has now made 4 saves and 4 big saves so far for Mitchell.
Yeah, a couple really good looks there for Flottmeyer.
And as we've also said many times, there's still a long way to go in the soccer game. Governors can't get frustrated down by 1 right now. If things aren't falling and going in the back of the net, they have time still, plenty of time still in this soccer game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just play your game at this point.
At midfield, this will go across for Mitchell, and trying to move up the far side is Emma Fisher. Fisher will leave it for Ellis, and then her pass, no one there for the Kernels, so now it's the Governors that will take the ball back, and it's now moved up ahead to midfield. trying to get it to Yost, but that pass will be intercepted, and then a pass will give right back to the Pierre Governors. It'll be Audrey Fisher that will move it here to the near side. That pass deflected around, and Fisher will take back over. That's Audrey Fisher, who is fouled by Emma Fisher, and that's the Fisher on Fisher crime, and the fourth foul committed by the Kernels. So Jasmine Yost now will take the free kick right at the edge of the attacking third. With 15:30 to go here in the first half. Yost with the free kick, put it into the box and headed out of play for another corner here for the Governors. This will be their third corner of the first half.
Yeah, not very good communication there by the Mitchell back line and the keeper. The keeper was kind of lined up to play that ball and didn't holler loud enough. The back line has to clear it without that communication. Sets up the corner.
So here is now an opportunity for Pierre. Hilmer will take this one again, this time with the right foot. Goes across and in. That one will find its way. I don't know who actually got a piece of it.
I think that was Yost.
And it goes right to Kale, who's in the perfect spot to make her fifth save on the 8th shot by the Governors. Right back across midfield. This one Taylor trying to handle it, and we'll move it away from Ellis. It goes out for a throw in here for the Mitchell Kernels.
Pierre really sent a lot of people forward on that corner kick, and Mitchell had an opportunity to break out and counterattack 2-on-2. Again, another really nice play by Taylor to break that up.
Addie Heckner will check in. It'll be Capri Herges that will check out. 14-15 and counting here in the first half. Still just a 1-0 lead for the Mitchell Kernels. And the 14 seed struck first. They had 3 shots, 1 saved, another off the goalpost, and the third one went in, all in a matter of seconds. This one will be out of play off of Pierre. Another quick throw for the Kernels. So bounce around a couple times as the Governors will move it out towards midfield. And here is now Hilmer. Hilmer, that pass was off of a foot, bounced high in the air, trying to settle it down. A couple players will run into each other. Hilmer will settle it, and she'll try and send one through, but no one there for the Governors. And an easy look there here for the Kernels, although they almost waited too long, and Fravel was going to be able to take it away. Now Bauer does take it away. A little lackadaisical on the defensive side of the Mitchell Kernels. That one's on that far side, as it is Flottmeyer. Pass will go to the corner of the box, but Mitchell now will send this one out. Settled down by Wirtz as she'll race after it. She is pushed down. The play will continue. The referee had the hand up to blow the whistle, but did not. Now that ball will go over the top of Caitlin Taylor, and it will be a move across Swanson. One extra play, and Taylor was able to get back and send it out. Really good opportunity for the Kernels. They just missed making it a 2-0 game, but credit Swanson forcing the move to be made, and Taylor not giving up on the play.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the things Swanson does really well is she comes out and challenges the ball and cuts down that space, and she did that, and that caused Mitchell to just get a heavy touch, and Taylor was able to knock it out of play.
This will got a play for a Mitchell throw-in, and you know the maturity of a veteran goalkeeper who's just a sophomore, of knowing when to go, when to make the confident play and not hesitate on a play like that.
Yeah, absolutely, and it is a confident play, because if you come out and get beat, which, you know, it was close, but she survives and did the right thing.
Jess Gerlach will check back in for Mitchell. Devin Van Rokel in for the Governors, as Aubrey Fisher will check out, and Akira DeYoung will take a seat as well. We're down to under 12 minutes to go in the first half. This will be a long shot that will go wide of Swanson, as she will still dive on top of it and settle it down and quickly move things to that far side as she rolled the ball up. And now it's Bauer that will move into the offensive end. Almost got the attacking third. Mitchell is able to get the ball free, and then we will get a foul committed by Mitchell as Bauer got pushed away from the ball. And it'll be a free kick here for the Mitchell, for the Pierre Governors, and the referee starting to walk a little bit closer, like maybe he was going to book a yellow card. He has not called for the whistle yet, or to stop play, but it will be the 5th foul and no yellow card given. So So now as we get toward the final 11 minutes of this first half, referee talking to both Bauer, and I can't see the number for Mitchell who had the foul against her. Kind of settle things down a little bit. Here's the free kick. That one will bounce away. Bauer, now it's going to be settled in, and an opportunity for a shot, but it was low on the ground, did not move up in the air from Brueggemann, and it will go out of play. It will be a throw in here for the Governors. They still are the attacking third, though, is Pierre. This will be settled down at Fravel. Her pass for Yost. That is high up in the air. Yost is a little slow to get up as that one will go out of play. And they will they
check on Yost?
Yeah, they're going to check on Yost, make sure that she is okay. And I think it's going to take a lot to get Jasmine Yost out of a soccer game. She's going to walk it. I mean, it's going to take a lot for her to come out of it. She's got more energy and more grit than I don't know. Hard for anybody to tell me that somebody's got more energy and more grit than Jasmine Yost. This will be moved in. Flotmeyer. This pass over. There's a shot. They score! We are tied at 1 with 9:58 to go. As it is Maya Fravel that will get the goal to tie it up on a great pass from Flotmeyer, and Kale had no opportunity to make a save.
Yeah, absolutely. And really nice pass into the middle. Fravel running down the middle. Unmarked. Nice, easy, soft touch to the corner of the net.
Just under 10 minutes to go here in the first half as we are tied at 1 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. And the Pierre Governors now have forced Mitchell to say that they have to score 2 to try and beat the Governors. This will be sent all the way down the field. Now the momentum starts to kind of change that. Mitchell's just maybe wanting to get to the end of the first half, and the Pierre Governors are saying we want 2 or 3 here before the end of the first half. Here is now Fisher that will move it here for the Governors on the far side, the near side, as she moves on the left side of the box, trying to move in, looking for a cross. She gets knocked down, but play will continue. That ball will bounce around. It is allowed to continue for Demers as she's on that left side of the box. Moved up, Flotmeyer will settle it back. Governors in the attacking end. Mitchell playing a little bit more frantic defense right now. Governors will settle it with Caitlin Taylor in the back. Here is now Flotmeyer with it. Now she'll go across that circle to the far side, and then her through ball was intercepted for a moment, but Zoe Bauer will get it back after a nice play from Brueggemann. And then eventually goes out of play off of the Governors, and it will be a throw here for Mitchell with 8:50 to go here in the first half. Over on that far side, the Kernels. This will be Lexi Hilmer, Devin Van Rokel. Van Rokel, that will be played out to midfield from Mitchell. And then this will be high up in the air. Takes one high bounce, will be settled down. Mitchell trying to get an offensive attack. Here's a long shot and a diving save from Evelyn Swanson, as that one maybe took her by surprise, but she pushes it away for the first corner of the day now for the Mitchell Kernels.
Yeah, absolutely not expecting that shot. I don't think anybody was. She's kind of had coverage on her and just got a little window and cranked it loose, and Swanson made a nice play to not get caught by surprise and give up a goal.
8 minutes to go here in the first half. 1-1 is their score. Mitchell on the first corner. This will go all the way through the box. Was it touched by anybody? It was not touched by at least the Pierre Governors, and it is going to be a goal kick for Swanson. And Jasmine Yost, who came out after that goal was scored, will check back in, and Lexi Hilmer will get a break with 7:30 remaining here in the first half. So Swanson will stand with the ball right in the middle of the goal, move over to the right side, and the Governors will try and set something up to get outside of their defending third and across midfield. This is a long ball that moves up. Bauer will win the race to it. Now the Governors with 3-on-3 moving into the offensive zone. That pass for Fisher just a bit too far out in front, and the Kernels will settle and slow things up as they get it towards midfield. As Jennings, that one over to the far side. The Kernels trying to move back up to Jennings again. A little touch pass will go right back as it'll be sent down from Thomas. Taryn Thomas got it to the far side of the box. But another good defensive play for the Pierre Governors and they'll move it back up for Bauer. As it gets to the sideline, and will go out of play. It'll be a throw here for the Governors. And Cameron Larson will check in for the first time here this afternoon, this evening, with 6.5 minutes to go here in the first half. And Bauer will get a much-needed break.
Yeah, Pierre's really using the speed on their outside to their advantage. The wings are attacking and faster than Mitchell's defenders, and then also the defenders for Pierre are able to win balls in the corner just by outrunning them.
Here's a throw in for the Governors. Over on that far side, that'll go out of play, so Mitchell will get the throw. That one will bounce for Mitchell, trying to get the attack again for Ellis, but it is Caitlin Taylor, and then Josephine Wirtz will send it away, as we're now under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Governors a 3 seed, Mitchell the 14 seed. Whoever wins this game will face the winner of Sioux Falls, Lincoln, and Watertown on Saturday. If the Governors win, whoever wins that game will come to Pierre. This will be a foul committed against the Mitchell Kernels from Jennings, as that will be the 6th foul of the first half by Mitchell. If Mitchell would win, the winner of Lincoln and Watertown would host the Mitchell Kernels on Saturday. But we'd like to see Lincoln or Watertown come to Pierre. I mean, the Governors got the win, and they're into the quarterfinals as that number 3 seed. This pass, Flatmeyer will send it back to Taylor. Here's now Yost in the middle of the field. Governors will move it, looking to go on the attack in the final 5 minutes of this first half. Here's Devin Van Rokel. Another pass for Fisher. She's wide open. That shot will go wide. Was it touched, though, by the Kernels? It was not. Looked like maybe Fisher, the last Kernel to get back, maybe disrupted that shot. She did enough, but it was not touched by Mitchell as it goes out of play.
Yeah, absolutely. It was kind of borderline there.
This will be at the sideline. This will be out of play off of Mitchell, so it'll be a Pierre throw-in. As the Governors, again, with 4.5 minutes to go in this first half, and a 1-1 tie, looking to strike again to get the lead back, or get the lead for the first time here this evening. Flatmeyer will get free. That one will bounce its way around, and now it'll be flipped out. Bouncing ball for Taylor. Now it'll be sent again and out, but it will be Mitchell. Thomas will settle it down, looking for a pass inside the box. Comes back out of the attacking third, but Mitchell will still settle it down. Hubbard will send it in. Swanson will run up on it, and a good job by Wirtz to look behind her to see who was close in, and then allow Swanson just to play the ball to keep things moving forward for the Governors.
Yeah, good communication there. Just an exact opposite of what Mitchell had earlier. Letting the keeper play the ball is so advantageous.
That'll be over on that far side here for the Govs. A long battle right at the sideline. Here is going to be a foul, or is it going to just be a throw?
Just a throw, I think.
Yeah, just be a throw in, as we'll have some subs checking in. Zoe Bauer is back in, as well as also Lexi Hilmer for the final 3 minutes of this first half. In 1-1 tie, and as maybe I'll have to, we can talk a little bit about right now. Mendel will know more than me, just to make sure I don't get it wrong, but the OT rules would be 2 10-minute halves, correct?
Yeah, I believe that's it. Yep.
And then
you play both of those. It's
Yep.
no golden goal or anything like that. You have to. If it goes to OT, then you play both.
Both halves, yeah. You could win by 5 in overtime. Probably unlikely, but you could win by 5 in overtime. And then if you're still tied, then you go to penalty kicks, which doesn't happen often, but it can happen. Then it's that best of 5, and then after that, if things,
as needed
after that. That's a good way to put it. This will be headed out of play by the Governors, so it'll be a throw here for the Kernels, as we're down to 2:20 to go in this first half. This will be played here at midfield by Mitchell, edge of the attacking third. Goes down the sideline as it will roll out. Van Rokel did a really good job of letting that roll out without Mitchell taking the ball over. Then the throw is played by Mitchell. But the Governors, as Demers will turn back around for Taylor. Demers will try and move it back up for Van Rokel, but it goes out of play. So it'll be a throw now here for Mitchell. This will be a cross that will turn into more of a shot that Swanson's able to grab without any issue. No Kernels in the area. Really, by unofficial stats, 9-9 in shots right now. 1-1 is their score. Other than fouls, we've really seen as even of a game as you could possibly have between these two teams, with only 80 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, and I think the possession and the opportunities have been pretty equal as well. Pierre may be a little bit ahead on the real grade A opportunities, but Mitchell's had a couple as well.
Here's a throw in that Flotmeyer is able to handle for the Governors. See if the Govs can get a final minute goal of this first half, but Mitchell will send it back. I think they're now content with having a tie at the end of the half, as Swanson has it at the top of the box. She'll maybe try and get the offense moving in the final 45 seconds of this first half. Her boot went across midfield. Devin Van Roekel has it at the midfield line. That will be kicked away and out of play by the Kernels. So Van Roekel leave for Hilmer as they're down to 30 seconds, but they end up having to push them back on the throw-in with just 25 seconds to go on our scoreboard. As it is going to be a throw that will go down the sideline. It'll be played out by Mitchell. And now with 15 seconds remaining, about 10 seconds to go here in the first half, Mitchell will play it back out, and that should pretty much take us to the end of the first half, as that will end the first half between the Pierre Governors and the Mitchell Kernels. 1-1 is our score as we hit halftime here at the Pilk Fields. And our first round matchup between the Govs and the Mitchell Kernels. 1-1 is a tie through the first 40 minutes. Back in 3 minutes with the halftime stats. You're listening to Pierre Governor Soccer on KCCR and watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Venture Communications has deep roots in rural South Dakota. Venture now proudly provides fiber to the home with 100% of our customers, enabling them to enjoy super fast and reliable internet connections. We'd like the opportunity to keep you in touch with the people and resources that matter most. 100% fiber and 100% committed to rural South Dakota. Call Venture Communications today at 605-852-2224, 605-852-2224, or online at venturecom.net.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved one secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
You've changed thousands of diapers, cut hundreds of cross, and played hours of peekaboo and duck duck gray duck because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Carrie Bauman will help make it easy and affordable to help protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Carrie Bauman in Pierre today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hello friends, this is Pastor Sam at Faith Lutheran Church. We have many blessings to give thanks. A beautiful city on the river, helpful and encouraging friends and neighbors, and of course, our peer athletes. They're the reason for us being here, so let's help them out. I will be praying for our athletes throughout this season. I encourage you to join me in praying for their health and safety as well as their success, both on the field and in the classroom.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
We welcome you back as the Pierre Governors Mitchell Kernels are tied 1-1 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard. John Wickler alongside Mendel Miller as we have a couple of scores to tell you about. We'll try and maybe see if we get a couple more scores. But it is a 1-0 lead at halftime for Watertown over Lincoln. That is the 11th seed over the 6th seed, and that would be the winner of this game faces the winner of that game. And, of course, it's the Governors. Doesn't matter. They're going to host on Saturday. If it's Mitchell, doesn't matter. That winner will host the Mitchell Kernels on Saturday. Roosevelt also has a 4-1 lead over Brookings. That's closing in on the final as they start at 4 o'clock. We'll try and get you some other scores, but Mendel here 1-1. It was Husband that scored with 28 minutes to go in the first half, and then Amaya Fravel tied it up in the final 10 minutes. This has been a really even game. 9 shots to 9 shots, 3 corners to 1 in favor of the Pierre Governors. 4 saves for Emmeline Swanson, 5 saves for Kenzie Kale, and then other than the 6-1 in fouls that Mitchell has committed over Pierre, almost as even of a possible even game as you can possibly get. There you go. Sorry.
Thanks. So, you want me to talk now? Is that
yeah?
Okay, gotcha. I
was thinking about maybe not, but no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, definitely go ahead.
So yeah, even game. I think a couple of things stood out to me. Number one, Mitchell scored basically off their corner, so Pierre's definitely going to want to keep that to 1 or limit their chances on the corners. And then secondly, I think a lot of Mitchell's shots have been from distance and fairly easy saves for Swanson, where Pierre's shots have been closer in and much more challenging, much more threatening as far as goal scoring opportunities. So I guess I'd give a little edge to Pierre on that aspect of it. But again, very, very even game, very up and down game. Both teams started out pretty defensive, but it kind of opened up after that first goal from Mitchell, and there was some pretty good flow to it. Both teams, possessing and trying to definitely Mitchell trying to work through Ellis, number 11. They're definitely trying to get her involved and get her going, and then Pierre definitely winning in the midfield and creating opportunities at the top of the box.
Another score, Aberdeen Central beat Spearfish. Looked like it was 2-0 on their scoreboard, but Aberdeen Central, the 8 seed, beat the number 9 seed Spearfish. So they will face, most likely will be Rapid City Stevens, the top seed. They will play at 7 o'clock Central Time tonight. So we hope to be done before they even get started out there in Rapid City. But here, we got another minute here before we need to get to another commercial break. But Mendel, last 40 minutes of regulation coming up. What do the Pierre Governors need to make sure they do to get this win and move on to the quarterfinals on Saturday?
Well, I think it's just play your game, right? I think they've had the better chances. They've created the opportunities. It's not like they're just struggling to find goals or find shots. So they've hit the goalie a couple times with some really quality shots, and just finishing in that last touch is probably the biggest thing, because I think the goals are there to be had.
Pierre Governors, Mitchell Kernels, second half upcoming as they're tied 1-1 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard. Back in 3 minutes with the second half between the Governors and the Kernels. You're listening to Pierre Governor Soccer on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Did you know it is important for your child to see the dentist at the time their first tooth erupt? A healthy smile begins at birth, and there are many variables, from healthy eating habits to good oral hygiene and routine dental care. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer. At Missouri River Dentistry, we enjoy working with people of all ages. Dentistry is our profession, but people are our focus. I invite families to come experience an office that uses the latest techniques and equipment to be sure you receive that healthy and happy smile. To schedule your appointments for your family, call us at 223-2021. Kids love us, parents trust us.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of heat-a-later fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of heat-a-later fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-a-later Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
Pizza Ranch in Fort Pierre is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Sports. Bring your crew to the ranch. We have hot buffet options, including legendary pizza, the country's best chicken, savory sides, nutritious salads, and delicious desserts. Perched right on the river, our Fort Pierre Pizza Ranch is only minutes from the South Dakota State Capitol building and right down the road from where the Pierre Governors play. The Pizza Ranch in Fort Pierre. Go Govs! Well, they started the second half a little bit early on us, but we are underway here in half number 2 as the Pierre Governors and the Mitchell Kernels are tied 1-1 in the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard. As it is Devin Van Rokel make that Zoe Bauer that moves in, and it will end up being played back to Bauer as her cross was blocked. And now it's again for the Governors. Yost will take over. She's in the corner of the box, waiting for that cross to go over, and goes through everybody, rolls all the way out to the corner, and it will stay in play, so the Governors will keep possession again. So Pierre is playing all corners of this attacking third right now and still have the ball, as Jasmine Yost now will move into the top of the box. Her shot was blocked. That will go out, and it will be a corner upcoming here for the Governors. So their first shot is blocked, but their first corner of the second half. Here, a minute gone by of this second half. So 38-45 remaining here in regulation, and a 1-1 tie between Pierre and Mitchell.
Yeah, excellent possession there. Minute 15 in, and Mitchell hasn't come close to playing the ball.
So this will be Hilmer that will take the corner. The left foot will go to the top of the box. Maybe a little bit of some sun in the eyes. It moves all the way through, and Flottmeyer will have possession of it for the Governors. Good move there by Flottmeyer, but there's an injured Kernel, and we will get a whistle that will stop play. And it will be an injury, and Casey Michelson with the golf cart will race out there. And it will be, we'll see, and I didn't even see the number of the injured Kernel, but that's not a great sign whenever you go down, no contact, you take one step and you're clutching your left knee. Never a good sign, Mendel.
No, definitely an ugly looking play there. She, so often you see it where your momentum's going one way, you react to the ball and try to cut back, and it looked like her leg just gave out. She grabbed at her knee immediately. I think she had a captain's band on, but I'm not exactly sure.
So 38-19 remaining. Clock is stopped with the injury for the Mitchell Kernel that is down, as they will see if maybe they can get her onto the golf carts. but they're going to make sure they're going to check the leg right now. The left leg of the injured Kernel. And this, you never want to see injuries. Never want to see injuries, but especially at the end of a regular season, into the playoffs now, that, you hope it doesn't look good that she'd be able to play again. And obviously you want the Governors to win, so you want the Mitchell season to come to an end, but you don't want someone's season to come to an end on an injury like this.
Yeah, exactly. Just really makes you appreciate being able to play and things like that, and certainly quiets the crowd and kind of everybody just kind of holding their breath, hoping for the best.
So they will continue to check on the leg of the injured Mitchell Kernel. We want to remind you that after we're done with soccer here, our post-game show will be as the game is over with. Our commercial break will transition in from soccer to volleyball over on staying on KCCR, but over at the high school as Pierre and Huron will play. They're scheduled that would be around at 6:30 as their first serve. But, we've kind of known throughout the season. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that they won't play at 6:30, start at 6:30, but could be maybe a little bit behind schedule. But Wyatt Britchka will have the call, and we will join that on the radio on KCCR as it happens. But if they're, he'll have the video stream going, ready to go for that contest between the Governors and the Huron Tigers, as they do get the injured Kernel onto the back of the golf cart. He still couldn't catch the number of the injured Kernel, but she'll be driven off the golf cart. And unfortunate, her head's, on her knees right now and in a lot of pain, but also kind of probably understanding that things aren't going to be good for her to be able to continue to play in this game. And if the Kernels were able to win, that they, probably will not have her as the playoffs go on. That is Jess Gerlach, who is out now for the Kernels. So she was the one that was injured. And now they will roll the ball back to Pierre as they get underway. So we are back underway in the second half. Jasmine Yost, top of the box, looking for an opportunity for a shot. That was partially blocked. Ball will be headed by Hilmer out of play, so we'll go for a goal kick. And a couple of block shots early on here for the Mitchell Kernels to start this second half.
Yeah, a lot of pressure from Pierre coming out here in the second half. They're definitely owning the ball and really keeping the ball in their half of the field.
This will be pushed out of play by Fravel, and so it'll be a throw in here for the Kernels, as Mitchell will look to start their offensive attack for the first time. They did lead 1-0. Husband's goal was the only goal in that first half. And then it was the Fravel goal that tied it up late in the first half for the Pierre Governors as they're trying to take their first lead. Zoe Bauer, a little bit of a stumble as that through ball came in. It will roll out for a goal kick. Not a bad look, and if Bauer doesn't get tangled up in the feet, then she's got an opportunity to really play that well.
Yeah, she was doing a good job of getting body position there and trying to lean into the defender so she could keep her space. But she's not a very big girl, so it's a little harder for her just to own that.
Here is Caitlin Taylor, a pass that will go up on that far side. And Governors Hilmer, she'll move around the defenseman in Jennings. Hilmer still trying to find a way to get past Jennings. It goes off of Jennings out of place for a throw-in. And it will be now played for the Governors. That pass will get to midfield, and Mitchell will try and send one through, settled down by Words, as she will keep it away from Addie Hubbard. And now it's going to be Bauer waiting for maybe some reinforcements here for the Governors. One-on-one battle right now, and we'll go right around Emma Fisher eventually, and then it'll be pushed out of play by Mitchell, by Katie Stahl, and Bauer will throw it in. Really good play there from Bauer.
Yeah, good footwork there, and I've noticed that from Mitchell's defense. They're not content to let Pierre have the ball. They want to come around and try to win it, and Pierre's taking advantage of that and then turning upfield and getting by them.
This will be here to be played by Flotmeyer. She'll go across to Hilmer. Instead, it will be played here for the Governors and Demers, but taken over by the Kernels. That pass goes up. Words settles it down, but still given away back to Hubbard. And then Hubbard will send across midfield, and it will be Demers that will pass it back over on that far side. So the Governors again can reset on the offensive side. They've been keeping it on their attacking end of midfield as Flotmeyer will pass over the far side. And there's a cross from Van Rokel for Bauer. It will be off the foot of Kale to keep it out. And it'll be sent out of play by Mitchell for a throw-in for the Governors.
Yeah, really dangerous play there. Didn't know whether to play it or not. And she ends up just getting a foot on it.
This is a shot from Yost from the top of the box. It was bobbled but caught by Kale, her second save of the second half. 7 saves overall, 13 shots now for the Governors. And they have got the first 4 shots of this half. Swanson has not had to worry about anything quite yet for the Pierre Governors on the goalkeeping side of things. But Mitchell is looking to finally get their first attack. Emily Ellis, her left-footed pass was blocked by Yost. Ball will still be free. Bauer is tripped up, and that'll be a foul by Ellis. More of an accidental trip, but it is a foul, and the Governors will get a free kick. 7th foul of the game for Mitchell.
Yeah, good break there for the Governors. She had a little space created there, and the foul negated the Mitchell possession.
This will be played here by Hilmer. Hilmer on that right side, near side to the corner as she gets in, looking to cross. Hilmer still with it. Pass will come back out for Bauer, and now Bauer for Yost. Top of the box for Yost, goes across for Van Rokel. Her left foot trying to cross it in. It was not off of the Mitchell Kernels, so that shot goes wide, and it's a goal kick for the Kernels.
Yeah, again, good possession for Pierre. They're winning the ball and keeping possession, being dangerous, moving the ball well from side to side, and that's really creating trouble for Mitchell.
This will be moved up middle of the field from Mitchell, but Josephine Wirtz right there to send it back across midfield, and the Kernels again, as they will try and get the offense moving, but it's been all Pierre so far in this second half with 33 minutes to go. First 7 minutes have really been controlled by the Governors. They're trying to take the lead for the first time here this afternoon, this evening. As you're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. Emma Thielen is back in the studios. John Winkler alongside Mendel Miller. First round girls soccer, 1-1 tie between Pierre and Mitchell. Winner will advance to the quarterfinals on Saturday. The Governors would host. Mitchell will travel regardless of the other result between Lincoln and Watertown. This will be Flotmeyer. Her pass near side. Bauer still middle of the field. Back to Flotmeyer as they are in across midfield. Here's a pass for Yost, who is a perfect pass. Yost moves in. She scores! Jasmine Yost makes it 2-1, and the patience of the Pierre Governor pays off. Flotmeyer sends it right to Yost and untouched all the way in.
Yeah, absolutely. As you've called it, perfect timing coming through the back line there. She waited, perfect speed on that pass from Flotmeyer, which is sometimes really hard to do. It was almost a vertical pass. Those are sometimes hard to wait perfectly, but they were. Jasmine collected it, and behind the back line of the defense, one on with the goalie.
So Jasmine Yost gets the goal. Flotmeyer had 4 assists on the season throughout the regular season. She's got 2 in this game. Both goals have been assisted by Flotmeyer. So it's a 2-1 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. And the Governors have the lead for the first time. This ball will come back out of play. Governors won't be starting to stall, won't be taking their time. They feel like they can extend this lead out right now as Yost will pass it across, and it will be played here from Demers to the far side for Van Rokel. Van Rokel will turn as she'll pass it back over. That will be missed, but Caitlin Taylor is there back at midfield. Yost will start to move in offensively. She is tangled up, and Mitchell Kernel is down. Ball is still played free as Van Rokel trying to get the pass back. It will roll out of play, and it will be a corner for the Governors. And I feel like they have a sense of some blood in the water right now. They're looking for another quick goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Mitchell was already kind of on their heels. Pierre was possessing the ball and things like that. Now you get up 2-1, and you're really feeling good about your chances.
31-20 remaining. That last 31 minutes right now will feel like an eternity to try and wind down. But it'll be the second corner of the half for the Governors. That one will bounce in. It is going to be played back out by Mitchell, and it will roll out of play. So another corner here for the Govs. They get their third set piece and second in the matter of seconds. We've got 5 girls back near the back side of the box. As they come running in, that ball bounces around. It is free. Flottmeyer trying to settle it down for a shot and then kicked out, and that will be off of Flottmeyer last. She's trying to protest that it was off of Mitchell last, but it turns into a goal kick here for the Kernels. This ball will bounce over Wirtz. Try to settle it down, but Wirtz is able to get back to it, and now Fravel will move it up for Bauer. If you're the Kernels, there's still 30 minutes to go in this second half, but now trailing the Governors, you can't get out of your game quite yet, but I'm sure they're probably feeling a little bit of the pressure right now.
Yeah, they are. Well, they're kind of resorting to long passes, trying to get, breakouts and counterattacks, but they've just not possessed the ball at all here in the first part of the second half.
As Josephine Wirtz will play it over the far side, as Demers will move it up for Van Rokel. Touch it along, and again, the Governors are not going to be conservative with it, and they're not going to be playing back and trying to waste time, but they certainly can be a little bit more picky and choosy on their passes and be more fine about everything, because they don't necessarily need to score to win the soccer game, but which can lead to better chances when Mitchell starts to take some more chances. Jennings, that pass, that's deflected. This will be, Hilmer to the far side for Van Rokel, then kicked out of play by Mitchell. So a throw in here for the Governors with 29 minutes remaining here in the second half. We'll see if the Governors can hold on. Up 2-1 on that go-ahead goal by Jasmine Yost. Yost had 6 goals throughout the season, 3 coming against Huron. So she has scored 4 in the last 2 games. But a huge goal to put the Governors up right now. Flottmeyer, that one will slide in, and it will be easily grabbed by Kale. Not much of a shot. But Kale will put a big boot across midfield, but Taylor is right there. Nice job to settle it down. Yost will take over for her. Her pass, though, is intercepted. And then Mitchell trying for a through ball, but Flottmeyer and Taylor are both over there. And the Governors will get the possession back. Mitchell's got to find a way to possess the soccer ball here. They've really been chasing things around since the start of the half. As we get a sub with the Mitchell throw-in, as Taryn Thomas will check back in. But really, they've been chasing the ball since the second half kick. They had the possession to start the second half, but they've been chasing the ball ever since.
Yeah, it's been a very tilted field right now, and Pierre's taking advantage of that. Thomas will help. She's one of their better players, and I didn't really notice that she was gone other than the fact that Mitchell's never had the ball.
Right, yeah. That's the big thing is that, yeah, Thomas checks in, and you think that was a big loss that Mitchell didn't have her in, but you never even realized that she wasn't in the ball game at the time. As another throw will be in here for Mitchell at 27:35 remaining here in the second half. This will go down the far sideline. And the ball will be settled down by Hilmer. Hilmer will turn with it at midfield. Good play by Mitchell to try and get the possession back, but Hilmer was winning it, but the ball goes out of play, so it'll be a throw here for the Kernels.
Yeah, really good battle there.
Here this one will go out of play, and it'll be...
I think they're going to rethrow it.
Oh, rethrow, okay.
He called a foul. Called a foul on Hilmer right on the line there.
Okay, so that's just the second foul against the Governors, first one of the half. As the Governors and Jasmine Yost have it again after the free kick from Mitchell. This will be sent back by the Kernels. Caitlin Taylor will head it away. And then again, the Kernels will just send it down the field. They've been pretty content with just trying to send it all the way down, and that's not going to give you a lot of success unless you find a way to force a turnover in the attacking third, which almost did happen, but the Governors were too many girls are back, as it will be sent up and it will be moved across, and now it's Fravel up ahead and Lexi Hilmer. Hilmer almost got fouled. Play will continue. Governors still have possession anyway. This left-handed cross will roll inside the box and grabbed by Kale. And no further threat from the Governors. Bouncing ball will be settled down here by Bauer and then taken over by Hubbard. Her pass partially deflected. Ellis, this will be a race to the ball. Wirtz and Thomas racing after it. Thomas will win the race. She's on the corner of the box. Pass will come back out for Hubbard, but is poked away by the foot of Fravel. Comes back to Ellis, though, as the Kernels are trying to move into the attacking third. Nice slide tackle by Jasmine Yost to take the ball away. And it's Zoe Bauer now that has it. Bauer for Yost, moving it up ahead for Fravel. But the Kernels will have it back again. And they give it right back to the Governors. So it's now Taylor. Make that Demers on the far side to Taylor. And Flottmeyer will give it back over for Demers, leading her up to the midfield line. Ball is knocked away by Mitchell. It'll be a throw in here for the Governors, and it'll be Aubrey Fisher that checks in for Pierre, and Bella Hussman will check in for Mitchell. 25 minutes to go here in the second half. Governors are leading 2-1 on the American Family Insurance Brandy Shufflebine scoreboard. Hilmer will get a breather. Would not expect that to be for very long for Lexi Hilmer to be on the bench. And the Governors will have a possession back of their own side of the field. Pass will move up for Brueggemann. And Brueggemann with Bauer, trying to lead Bauer up ahead. Good play there from Brueggemann to Bauer. And now Bauer to the corner, trying to move in for a potential cross. Bauer will send it in, but it will be sent right back out by Mitchell and out of play for a throw-in. You see the speed of the Governors really starting to wear down a little bit more of what Mitchell has.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that as this game goes along, Mitchell needs something good to happen or it could get out of hand.
This will be sent to the top of the box, settled down here by Fisher. Her pass looking for Van Rokel, but it will come back out towards midfield by Mitchell. And Pierre leads it 2-1. Here in the first round of the girls' state tournament, 16 teams are in. We'll be paired down to the quarterfinals on Saturday, and the Governors win. They will host the winner of Lincoln and Watertown, which Watertown, the 11 seed, was up 1-0 at halftime over the Lincoln Patriots. This ball will be played here by the Mitchell Kernels. Addie Hubbard. This will be sent across. Yost now in, but there's an offside flag that goes up. Second time the Governors have been called for an offside. First one of the second half by Pierre. 23-20 remaining here in the second half. When, Mendel, does Mitchell need to start taking a few more chances? When do they need to put a lot more offensive pressure up the field?
Well, considering they really haven't had any pressure right now, I'd say now. But they definitely have to do it at about the 15-minute mark. That's when you really want to turn it up.
This will be out of play off of Pierce. So now here's the throw-in from the attacking third for the Kernels. Jennings will throw it in. Ball is bouncing around. Can Mitchell get some kind of attack moving? But the Governors are kind of not quite yet. This shot will be pushed out of play, off target. And that's the first official shot. Was not on target, but first official shot by Mitchell in the second half. And Mendel, do you get out of your game if you're the Pierre Governors in the sense of packing in the defensive side of things more than you have been so far in this contest?
No, I don't think so. They're owning the ball. Mitchell's not really creating any dangerous opportunities or anything like that. I think you just keep owning the ball and keep your foot down and keep pushing forward.
Here is Van Rokel on that far side. Governors with possession. That pass for Flottmeyer from Taylor. Now Wirtz will pass it back up for Yost. She'll send it here to the nearest side for Brueggemann, and it will come out of play, and that will be a throw in here for the Governors. And a quick throw does not allow Lexi Hilmer to check back in quite yet, as Yost will go over for Van Rokel as she'll work to the far side of the field. And then Mitchell will send it back out of play, and that will allow the sub of Hilmer to check in. And Flottmeyer will take a breather. With 21:30 to go, almost halfway point of this second half. In no heat timeout, we are in the 60s for the day. Oh, now we get a time. And we have one of the Mitchell players talking to the referee, our head official. And the clock is stopped right now at 21:23 to go in the second half. I'm not sure what the conversation, Mendel, would you know?
Friendly.
I was going to say, it looked pretty friendly.
Yeah.
Not sure what the conversation would have been about. Be a throw here for the Governors once we start play again. And he will start play, so around 21:20 to go in the second half. And it's an interesting conversation, but maybe a call, trying to see if they get a call to go the way of the Kernels. As Bergman will move it up, that'll be moved back again here by the Govs and then back out of play. This will be a throw for the Kernels. Taryn Thomas will throw it in. Yost will play it up. Fisher just out of her reach. And the Mitchell Kernels back have it at midfield. Although the battle for won by the Governors, that ball will be ricocheted over to Bauer, who will try and send it in. And a long run for Fravel, but Mitchell will send it back out of play, so the Governors will get a throw in near the flag in the corner of the field. Throw will be from Sophia Bergman, and again, the Govs can take their time, up 2-1, and there's 20-25 remaining here in the second half. This ball will be out to Yost, edge of the attacking third. Hilmer, long shot that just sails over the top of the crossbar. Not a bad look there from Hilmer, and when you're the lead scorer on the team with 12 goals, all looks are good. Yep, that's exactly right. Never going to turn down a kick from Lexi Hilmer. With now under 20 to go, so halfway through this second half, Governors still lead at 2-1. Wirtz nearly misplayed the ball. Swanson will come out. Good play by Swanson. It is a throw in here for Mitchell. And right now for the Mitchell Kernels, that they're pretty much looking for Pierre to make a mistake. That's how their offense has been, is Pierre making a slight mistake to try and get any offense moving.
Yep, exactly. And, that's kind of how the corner happened, and they ended up with a goal off that. But really off of the rush, they haven't created real dangerous opportunities. It's been more from distance.
We have a sub for Mitchell, but not quite yet. Flotmeyer that will check back in whenever we get to our next whistle and allow subs to check in. Over on that far side, Mitchell will play it out, so now we'll get a sub as Flotmeyer will check in for Pierre, and Adia Heckner will check in for Mitchell. Coming out is Hubbard for the Kernels, and Fisher will check out for the Governors. With 18:50 to go here in the second half. Pierce still holding on to a 2-1 lead. You don't got to win every game by 4 goals. You can have a goal differential of just +4 and win a state championship. Here is a pass moving in. Fravel, that shot is blocked by Kale. Huge save. It's now Bauer. That one will be deflected away by, no, it was not deflected away by Mitchell. It's just going to go out for a goal kick.
Yeah, really nice pass there. Put Fravel in. She was just a little bit close to the keeper. It was kind of point blank and couldn't get it around her.
18-10 remaining here in the second half. Again, Mitchell needs another goal to try and at least force overtime. Governors could get a back-breaking goal if they can go by 2. It wouldn't necessarily put an end to it, but could put a bow on this game. This pass for Yost. She's able to shield off the defender. Leaves it for Hilmer. Her left foot trying to place it right to that far side post, and it does go out of play. And not a bad look again from Lexi Hilmer trying to get her first of the game.
Yeah, she's kind of setting up camp there at the top of the box, and they're certainly looking for her.
This ball will be played back by the Governors for a moment. And now it's Jasmine Yost that will take over, and Pierre has it back at midfield. Again, Mitchell's going to have to really start to turn up the pressure here with 17:20 to go. And they're down by 1 and have had 1 unofficial shots that didn't hit the target so far in this second half. This will be out of play. It will be a corner for the Governors. Flotmeyer is able to help create that opportunity. And so Lexi Hilmer will take a corner, and the Governors, again, they can kind of walk things through a little bit here, and they don't have to be in any kind of hurry, up by 1. 16:50 to go. You don't want to be too slow to put yourself out of rhythm, but you can take your time right now. That clock will roll as it's going to be a far side corner. We'll see where this ball goes to. Top of the front of the box. It is going to be loose, and it's in. The goal scored, I believe it's Demers that will score it to make it a 3-1 lead, and Pierre up by 2 with 16:36 to go. It's not over yet, but that's going to be a hard
that's
to come
a big
back
hill.
for Mitchell now.
Hey, Green, job's not done.
I believe it was Demers that did get the goal, and so her first of the season for Allison Demers. And Pierre is up by 2 with 16:36 to go. It was Lexi Hilmer that ended up having the corner to help start that. But Pierre up by 2, and Mitchell's got a long road in front of them now. They need 2 goals, and they need them in a hurry. Jasmine Yost, this will be out of play. That will probably be a foul against Yost. I think they are going to call a foul. The referee didn't really signal anything. And well, it was a throw here by the Governor, so there was no foul against Yost. Over on that far side. Pierre Governors have possession of it. Up by 2. Can't make any silly mistakes in your own defensive side. Don't give any momentum back to the Mitchell Kernels. And again, don't forget, coming up here after we're done with this contest, we'll have Pierre Governor Volleyball. Here's an opportunity as Taryn Thomas' shot goes wide. A near mistake there for the Governors and allowed Thomas to get somewhat of a better look, and it was missed wide by Thomas.
Yeah, one of their definitely their best look in the second half here.
Zoe Bauer can't settle that one down, so it does go out of play. And so it'll be a now throw in here for the Kernels, as Mitchell is, again, going to have to really set the attack moving forward, put the pressure up on the Governors. But Pierre's defense has just been too good this afternoon. One small mistake by Pierre that allowed the Mitchell goal. Everything else has been really solid defense by the Governors this evening. Now an opportunity for Mitchell on that far side. That pass, that's going to be played away by Yost. And again, it's just stepping in front of passes. You don't have to be clean with how you step in front of the passes. Just everything's going to go to the sidelines and away from that front of the middle of the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Just keep it wide. When in doubt, kick it out.
This will be Flottmeyer that will take over. Her pass up for Wirtz. And then that one will be misplayed where the Mitchell Kernels now, and Thomas, and a good defensive play again by Flottmeyer to slow up the Mitchell attack with 14.5 minutes to go here in the second half. It'll be up for Van Rokel. Devin Van Rokel. This play here to the middle of the field for Lexi Hilmer. Pass will go across the midfield. It is an onside play, and it's now Jennings. Her shot, that was blocked. I don't even know if she got all of it, but Caitlin Taylor was able to get in front of it. And now the Governors again will settle things up the far side. And the Kernels, again, have to be, the Governors are pretty much can play keep away at this point. The Kernels are the ones that have to chase the Governors around. And Pierre can really get the offense moving up again. An opportunity maybe for a through ball, but now it's going to be Lexi Hilmer that will step in. Hilmer is free, and her shot will go off the goalpost on the left side. Short side opportunity for Lexi Hilmer, and she just ended up hitting the goalpost instead of putting it in the back of the net.
Yeah, in all alone and just tried to be a little bit too fine and ended up hitting the post.
21 shots now unofficially here for the Pierre Governors, as we now have 13 minutes to go in the second half. Again, if the Governors win, they will play here Saturday against the winner of Lincoln and Watertown. Governor boys will be playing coming up in about another 6 minutes or so. They're going to play against Sioux Falls Christian. If they win, they would need the 3-seed Aberdeen Central to be upset for them to play here in Pierre. Otherwise, the Governors would have to travel to Aberdeen Central on Saturday for the quarterfinal game. Here's a good battle, and it'll be a foul committed against Jasmine Yost. That'll be just the third foul against the Governors, and Mitchell is... I thought maybe they weren't going to waste any time. But their free kick was headed away by Yost as the clock now ticks to 12.5 minutes remaining in the second half. Here's Flotmeyer that will chase it down the far side of the attacking third. Her pass for Van Rokel with some space. Back out for Yost. Yost will move to her right. Now a long shot right on to Kale, who will make the save. Her 9th save of the night. 22 shots now for the Governors. Words, another good play after the kick from the goalkeeper and Kale. And now it's Thomas. Can't get it past Brueggemann. Kernels moving down the field. Caitlin Taylor will settle it down. Taylor here to the near side. Pass will come back for Thomas here for Mitchell, but her pass didn't have enough juice, and Words now will move it up ahead. And it's Van Rokel on the far side as she'll move it across midfield. This will be out of play by Mitchell, and the Governors will get the throw with now 11:25 remaining here in the second half. Time continues to tick down. 11:20 remaining. And Mendel, you got to think too that everything has to be moving up the field here for the Mitchell Kernels. If they get the ball, they have to be really secure, but also have to just push things and push the envelope right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they had a free kick, and that's one of those plays you got to get it downfield and take advantage of it because there's just not going to be that many chances.
Bauer with the cross. No one there for the Governors over the top of the head of Kale. It is still in play, though, for the Governors. Van Rokel moves it up ahead for Yost. Left-footed pass. Hilmer trying to direct it towards the net, and Kale, I believe, just got the left foot to knock it away in time. It will turn into a corner here for the Governors as they will have an opportunity to try and take a 3-goal lead here late in this second half. 10th save now for the goalkeeper and Kale. Be the 8th corner of the night for the Governors. Jasmine Yost will take a breather here with 10 minutes to go. On that far side, this will be a cross in, bouncing ball off of a knee. And then it'll be Fravel and out of play from Kieran DeYoung. And a throw in here for the Governors. So we're now in the final 10 minutes of the second half. Governors lead it by 2. And they will play Saturday. We'll have to wait. We'll have the time probably some point Wednesday afternoon on when the Governors will play, as long as they are able to hold on to this 2-goal lead. But it would be here in Pierre. The Bauer, that will settle things down. Bauer will turn. Bauer continues to try and look for some help. And it will be the Kernels that will take it back over. Goes back to Bauer, though. And Bauer will turn back with it. She gets pushed down, and a foul committed by the Kernels. And a good job by Bauer to create that foul. 8th foul of the day by Mitchell. Brueggemann will take the free kick. This will be to Hilmer, and Lexi Hilmer will carry it up on that far side. Takes one of the Kernels down, and then it will go out of play, and it will be a throw here for the Governors. With 8:35 to go here in the second half. This one will be at the top of the box, but it will be cleared away by Mitchell, and it will turn into a corner kick again here for the Governors. Yost is right back in. I don't even know if Yost ever got to the bench to sit down for the breather. She comes right back in.
She probably said, I don't need it.
I was going to say, she probably wondering, why are you taking me out? I'm ready. I'm still good to go. Fravel will take a seat, take a breather. On the far side, the near side, excuse me, it will be the corner here for the Governors. 8 minutes remaining here in the second half. This will be set it in, and that will find its way through, and Jasmine Yost will score again. Headed off the corner. No one was there for Mitchell. I mean, they've got 3 offensive players moved up. They knew they had to do something to get the offense going, but Jasmine Yost standing all alone will get the header, her second goal of the game, and it's 4-1 for Pierre.
Yeah, absolutely. Uncovered. She really didn't even have to make a run. She was just standing there, and the ball found her, and she made a nice play to head it down into the corner.
So a 3-goal lead for Pierre. Now it feels even more insurmountable for the Mitchell Kernels to make the comeback, and Pierre will be looking to advance to Saturday to take on the winner of Watertown and Lincoln. Again, Watertown had a 1-0 lead at halftime in Sioux Falls. That is the 6-11 matchup, and the 11 seed was winning. This will be here near side. As Yost will move it up, trying to get it to Fisher, but it was intercepted. That ball continues to pinball around. Thomas can't hang on to it. And the ball will make its way back across the field. And then it will be moved up by Kale. And the Governors, again, with only 7 minutes to go here in the second half, leading by 3. They have scored 4 straight goals. Mitchell had the lead about 12 minutes into the ball game. They took a 1-0 lead before Fravel tied it up, and then Yost, Demers, and Yost in the Yost twice and Demers made it to 3 goals in the second half, and a 4-1 advantage here by the Pierre Governors in the second half. This will be a crossover, looking for Bauer, and it's going to be cleared away by Mitchell as we're down to the final near 6 minutes of the second half. Kaylin Taylor will move it back for Wirtz. This will be for Yost. Her pass near side for Bauer. Zoe Bauer will turn back. And our pass here for Bergeman. Now for Yost, who is closing in. She's on the, there's only 6 minutes left, but she's on the hat trick watch for the second straight game.
It's good to get hot at the end of the year, right?
She had 3 goals going into the Huron game. She's got 5 since the Huron game started. Not a bad amount of goals to score. Yost gets upended. Play continues as it'll move down here for Wirtz. And as Mendel said earlier, when in doubt, kick it out. When you're up by 3, no bad play right there with 5.5 minutes to go in the second half.
Yeah, let the time tick.
Mitchell Kernels were 5. At one point, they were 4-4. Then they lost 5 straight, which also included a loss to the Pierre Governors, a 2-0 loss at home. And then they beat West Central to finish out the regular season at 5-9. But once a 4-4 team lost 5 straight and wound up losing 10 overall in the season, Governors will win their 12th game of the year. And they have taken one of their 4 steps into winning a state championship. And they get to the halfway point on Saturday if they can win that contest against either Lincoln or Watertown. We won't have a score for you, but maybe during the volleyball game we can tell you who the Governors would be playing on Saturday. As I'll make my way over to Riggs High School, White Barichka will have the call coming up in just a little bit, and we'll have coverage after we're done here with 4 minutes to go to be here on KCCR. As a Flatmeyer for Wirtz. Caitlin Taylor up for Demers, who scored a goal, her first of the season. And it'll be another ball that goes out of play. And the Pierre Governors, Mitchell Kernels will have it as we are down to the final 4 minutes. It is Jasmine Yost up ahead. Now here for Bauer. Bauer will move it across. This will be played out off of Mitchell, so a throw here for the Governors. It was played off of Fisher, and Bauer will pick it back up. Her cross goes over. Hilmer is open. Hilmer, her shot, she scores, and that will put a bow on this one. Lexi Hilmer makes it 5-1 with 3:32 to go. 5 straight goals for the Pierre Governors.
Yeah, really nice play by Bauer there, coming down the right side, winning the ball, getting a quick throw in to take advantage of the numbers, and Mitchell's kind of a lot of heads hanging right now.
So we'll be here a Governors with the 5-1 lead. As it'll be the Pierre Governors over now for Natalie Flotmeyer. Again, they will advance to play on Saturday. We'll wait to see the times. Once we know the opponents, we'll get the time of when they will play on Saturday, but they will be here at home as the Governors will look to try and take a second step into the state playoffs. Taryn Thomas with 3 minutes to go here in the second half. Kaylin Taylor, that will send it across for Van Rokel. It will go out of play, and we'll see some subs checking in. Katie Hostler and Kinsley Pfeffer will both check in. A couple of subs checking in as well. Emma Hegg for Mitchell. As they also have number 33, Logan Hermione Horses, and the numbers, let's see, I missed the last one, maybe number 5, and Kinsley Herges will also check in. I think they had stopped the clock, so I had to keep the clock running, so that maybe changes how much time is left on our scoreboard versus the actual time left on the scoreboard. But a 4-goal lead here for the Governors as they lead at 5-1. 5 straight goals. They were down 1-0 just 12 minutes into this game, and Mendel, a really good response by the Governors in a near picture-perfect second half by Pierre to take a 4-goal lead.
Yeah, they've dominated the second half. We talked at halftime about how the first half was pretty even and things like that, but this second half has been all Pierre.
Here is Kinsley Pfeffer moving up. Pfeffer trying to get a cross in for Hilmer. Hilmer will get it past the goalkeeper. Her shot will go wide. Van Rokel's able to keep it in play, but then Mitchell will finally clear it out. As we near the 2-minute mark of this second half, they almost scored their 6th straight goal and almost took a 5-goal lead here. All coming in the second half. Over on the far side, it is Van Rokel again. Van Rokel will try and turn. Their pass moves up. Van Rokel, that's off of a leg and out of play. And it'll be a throw here for the Governors. I got 1:10 remaining.
1:18, you're pretty
there we
close.
Go. Pretty close, not too bad. We'll be about 8 seconds off. That's with not being able to see the scoreboard and not knowing that the clock had stopped earlier. I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, that's a pretty small percentage. I think you're good.
in a matter of 40 minutes, I was only off by 8 seconds. I'll take it. This will be played off of Pierre. That should roll its way for a throw-in for Mitchell. And you can kind of see now as we're in the final minute that this is looking like it's going to be a opportunity for the Pierre Governors just to kind of run out the clock and pick up the win and advance to the quarterfinals on Saturday. As we're down to the final near 30 seconds, but maybe one more opportunity for a shot. And this will get kicked out of play, and it will be a corner for the Governors. It'll be the 10th corner overall. They had 25 shots as we're down to the final 20 seconds. And it will be another corner here for the Governors. This will bounce all the way through, and then it will be pushed off the waist of Flotmeyer out of play. She missed that open net to try and make it a 6-1 ball game. But that will take us to the end of this contest. And the Pierre Governors are going to win this one 5-1 over the Mitchell Kernels, and their season continues as they will move into the quarterfinals. The number 3 seed advances with 5 straight goals over Mitchell, a 5-1 win for Pierre. Let's take a break for a minute. We're going to come back here as we're not quite ready to go for the volleyball game. So we're going to take a minute break. We're going to come back and wrap things up from the Pilk Fields. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Larry Fry Heating and Cooling has a new name. Kruger Climate Systems has acquired Larry Fry Heating and Cooling, but it's still the same great service. Your friend Larry Fry is still a manager, and his dedication to providing you with outstanding service remains unwavering. The same quality products and services you have come to expect from Larry Fry Heating and Cooling will continue under the new leadership of Kruger Climate Systems. You can still reach us at 605-224-9548 or email us at ryan@krugercontracting.com. Kruger Climate Systems, your certified Trane and Mitsubishi dealer in Central South Dakota.
When you bank with First Fidelity, we reinvest your deposit right back into our community. We make loans to local families, farms, and small businesses. Community reinvestment is one of our basic purposes. It's vital to the local economy. It also helps grow our community. Stop by one of our branches today. First Fidelity Bank. First-class banking on a first-name basis. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Online at ffb-sd.com.
As we welcome you back, it is a win for the Pierre Governors, 5-1 over the Mitchell Kernels. They score 5 straight goals. John McClure alongside Mendel Miller will wrap things up here shortly, and then we'll start to get you ready for volleyball over at Riggs High School. But Mendel, what a fantastic win for this Pierre Governor team, down 1-0. They score to tie it up late in the first half and then score 4 straight goals to win it 5-1.
Yeah, absolutely. Just, an excellent response in the second half. First half is, as we talked about, fairly equal. Pierre probably carried the pressure more and had better chances, but 1-1, you never know how that's going to play out. But the second half was all Pierre. Dominated possession, dominated the chances. Mitchell really never threatened and really never got into the second half.
This Governor team will play on Saturday against the winner of Lincoln and Washington. We'll have that. Well, we'll see who they're playing, and then obviously we'll see where the Pierre Governor boys team, what they do. They're getting underway here rather shortly, or underway now between them and Sioux Falls Christian, but they will be looking to make the quarterfinals as well. So we'll have Pierre Governor soccer in some form on Saturday. It would be great to have a doubleheader here at the Pilk Fields, but we'll wait to see what Pierre does the boys' side, but the girls are into the quarterfinals. And, real quick about the boys' side, they have every shot to win this game and advance to the quarterfinals.
Yep, absolutely. As good a draw as they could expect when you're a double-digit seed. You got to hope for a favorable matchup, and I think they got that.
So the Pierre Governors, as they win over the Mitchell Kernels, we're going to send things back to the studios. Because of a little bit of extra time, we're going to have the KCCR news. That we'll have the 5 o'clock news take place, but then we'll start to get you out to Riggs High School for the Pierre Governors and the Huron Tigers and volleyball coming up over at Riggs High School here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Thanks to Emma Thielen back at the station. We'll send it back to her. We'll hear 3 minutes of commercials, and you'll hear the KCCR 5 o'clock news as you listen to Pierre Governor Soccer on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Governors win it 5-1.